Okay, hello, my friends. Hello, my colleagues. So, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Mostafa, we can hear you.
Yeah, great. Alhamdulillah. Okay, welcome, Mr. Asok.
Welcome, Mr. Mostafa.
Hello, my colleagues. Yeah, so
Hello, everyone.
can you hear me? I think.
Yes, Mr. Mostafa, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Alhamdulillah. Okay, welcome, Mr. Asok.
Welcome. Hello, Mr. Mostafa.
There is a repeated sound. Yeah,
Everyone.
can you hear me? I think.
Yes, Mr. Mostafa.
Yeah, great. Okay, what about now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty clear.
great.
Yeah. It's clear.
Okay, so great. Okay, so let's start our session today. So let me introduce myself for you because I think we have new people here. So is it first time to attend our session today? So please write in the chat box.
Firstly, I have you. That's correct.
Yeah. Is it first time to attend our session today? Not. Yeah, great. Sabrine. This is the first one. Yeah. What about the other? Yeah. Okay. So I think all of you, yeah, it is the first time. Yeah. Welcome, Zainab. Welcome, Sabrine. No, great. Okay, so we have our members here. Okay, Nagla and Asma. Yeah, great. Okay, so let me give you a brief about myself. Okay, so actually my name is Mostafa Salama. I'm from Bahira, but I'm working in Sadat City Governorate, Manufia. I'm 26 years old. Okay, this is my personal information. Yeah, for my qualification, I graduated from Faculty of Education, English Department, Sadat University in 2019. I'm a TESOL certified, and I'm a TEFL certified TEFL from Teacher Training College and TESOL from Arizona State University. Yeah, for my experience, alhamdulillah, I have many experience. Okay, so this is the first experience for me. When I was a student at my faculty, I was giving courses for phonetics for my colleagues. Alhamdulillah, they give me a good feedback. So I decided to write a book about phonetics. So I wrote a booklet, not a book, okay. Alhamdulillah, it was published all over Egypt, and alhamdulillah, now I'm preparing for the second edition. Yeah, former English instructor at Railsoft, okay, in 2018, while I was a student too. Former English instructor at English Zoo Sadat branch or branch Sadat City. Yeah, and former English instructor at MCA Academy in Minoof, especially Ashmoon. Former English teacher at Cambridge Language School 2022. And alhamdulillah, I'm an online English instructor, American English Egyptian Academy. And alhamdulillah, I'm a CEO founder of Speak Up. This is my own business. Yeah, for my achievement, author of one books that I mentioned before, and this founder of professional development, alhamdulillah, I maybe helped more teachers and more learners, okay, to know their ways or to know their career path, okay, and after that, alhamdulillah, this is more. Okay, so and today let's say hi for Mr. Hassan. Welcome, Mr. Hassan.
Welcome, Mr. Mostafa.
Yeah, okay, let me make you a co-host.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
So shall we start now?
Yeah, you can share screen.
Yeah. Okay, so let me share the screen. Hello, everyone. Firstly, thank you for attending the session. And I hope it will be a beneficial one. So let's get back. Let's go on. Okay, as you already know that we have, inshallah, today we have feedback strategies, and we will start right away. Okay. In 1 minute, just can you read the session outcomes? This is what we are gonna learn today. Read them really quickly.
Read it aloud?
No, just silently.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. So I hope that I will cover all of this. So let's start our session by this word. And let's start like by our host, Mr. Mostafa. Can you read this word?
Sweet.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So can I participate, Mr. Hassan?
Right.
The phonetics.
So can I say this one? No, that's not.
1 minute. I'd like actually to Mr. Mustafa to pronounce it one more time. Can you pronounce it?
He asked me, والله شباب. And he promised me. Yeah. Okay. He
1 minute.
me to give
Okay.
me money.
1 minute. Okay. So again, one more time. Can you pronounce it?
Me or?
Yeah. Mr. Mustafa.
So can I have my shot, Mr. Hassan? Can I have my shot?
Okay, because actually,
Sure.
Mr. Mustafa just pronounced it wrongly the first time, so you can find out. Yeah.
So yeah, I can have my shot. It's faucet.
Faucet. That's correct. Bravo.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Can anyone like read it again? Can anyone pronounce it one more time? Anyone?
So can I say something about this word? Because I think it's an American word, and
yeah,
the British word for this one is tab. Yeah, sure. Okay,
1 minute, mister.
Go ahead.
So I would like actually to Miss Asma to pronounce this word because I'm going to choose by the way. So can you read it? Okay, Mr. Walid is raising a hand. Okay, Mr. Walid, yes. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, the word is faucet, so I was muting myself.
Correct. It's faucet, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Mustafa actually like just pronounced it wrong in a wrong way. Okay, nice. Anyways, so can you tell me what just happened here? Can you just tell me what's happened here? Anyone? What just happened?
It's probably because, like, can I have a shot, or can you allow me to talk about this?
Yeah.
So probably it has to do with something that is called the diphthongs, which is a combination of two vowel letters, and they would produce like a certain, certain pronunciation or certain thing, like in the phonemic, right? So basically, the AU would be aw, right?
And
and often also like the AW. Sometimes in the American accent would be also all like awesome, or awful, right? So this one is faucet, and I would assume that it's because it's American, so we have to say fa, so it's faucet, and it's commonly used in the American, English, right? But in British they would say tab, I think.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I
what I meant actually is not the pronunciation of the word.
Yeah.
I need what just happened. I told Mr.
I
Mustafa
know.
to read the word, and then he pronounced it wrongly, right? And another one pronounced it correctly. Can you tell me what just happened now?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Mr. Assam, I think you mean, when I pronounce it in a wrong way, some people, wow, what happened? Or they give a feedback in a spot. So I think you mean in this time, it's not good a way to give a feedback on the spot for your students, because you will maybe stop them from speaking. So you should maybe wait for them to finish what are they speaking, then give them the feedback. So I think
perfect.
You mean that.
That's correct. Actually, I gave feedback, different feedback. So the first one, Mr. Mustafa just pronounced the word in the wrong way, right? And then I said it's bad, your pronunciation is not correct. and then Mr. Ahmed said it in a correct way, right? And they said bravo. So that's actually different ways of giving feedback, different feedback style. So what I simply did, I just give feedback. So it's faucet, by the way, and I told Mr. Mostafa to pronounce it like in a wrong way, just to prove that.
I know
that feedback is really important. Yeah. So everyone. So what do you think? Feedback, is it important or not? The way you deliver feedback, is it important or not important, and why?
Again, question again.
Yeah, again. So feedback, giving feedback, is it important or not?
Yeah, sure, it's
feedback.
important.
Yeah, when you get feedback, is it like something really important, and why?
Yeah, really important, because if you didn't give your student feedback, so they will not maybe know their weaknesses point, their strengths point, so they will maybe make the same mistake maybe, and it will be turned to errors.
Yeah, perfect. So can I have another answer in the chat box? Everyone, you can unmute yourself, by the way. You can unmute yourself. They have the permission to unmute themselves, right?
So yeah, I would agree with Mr. Mostafa upon that point, because if you don't actually just comment on the weaknesses or vulnerabilities of your students, they would never learn anything new.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's why actually what I need you to do now is think back about your own experience and getting feedback as a student first. And did you like it? Yes or no? I will give you 1 minute. Just remember anything from your childhood when you were a student. Your teacher gave you feedback, like positive feedback, negative feedback, and tell me what was it. And we will share, all of us, okay? 1 minute. Okay, let's check. Okay. Mr. Mostafa, they have the permission to unmute themselves, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So can I talk about my own experience as a student?
Okay.
So back when I was in school, it was a total humiliation, to be quite honest with you, because the way my teacher corrected my mistakes, it was like in front of a lot of people, a lot of other students, and I believe that I was being humiliated, to be honest, right? I didn't know what to do, and I looked so bad, right? So then, the teacher, I thought that wasn't like the good thing, or it wasn't like a very constructive kind of, correction or criticism. I don't know how to address that. I kept on remembering that situation, and I just decided, if I want to become a teacher, I don't want to do this to anyone, right? And that was that was like a very bad situation. I don't want to recall that, to be honest with you, but you brought it up.
Like most of us actually the same. Yes. So can you tell me about the way he used to give you feedback? What about the ways he used to give you feedback?
Either like if one of my students has difficulties talking, or he pauses a lot, I wouldn't stop him. Like, I wouldn't stop him to comment on something that he made as an error. For instance, like if he said a word like halfway through or in the middle of his speech, if he's talking, I wouldn't stop him not to cut his train of thoughts, right? Like if I would stop him, he would lose everything that he's just thinking about, right? But if that person, can easily recall or remember all the points that he has in brain or he has in mind, so I can actually stop him and say, hey, this one is incorrect. Right? We can say this. He would instantly be corrected, or and then he would continue his speech. That's all. So that's my point. I don't know. I don't know if they're wrong or thank you so much.
Can we have other any other comments regarding this point? Who would like to share his bad experiences?
Yes. Can I share my opinion, Mr.?
Yeah, of course.
So my name is Mohammed. Yes, my name is Mohammed.
Yeah.
So
yes,
let's look at the getting the feedback or sharing the feedback with my students from a psychological point of view. It depends on the student's character. It depends on the student's personality. So you speak with each student depending on their character. So we don't have a one size fits all methodology.
Correct.
So it depends on every student.
But remember, yes, what I want you to do actually is your own feedback experience.
Yes, my own feedback.
When you were a student.
When I was a student.
Yeah.
When I was a student, Mr. Ahmed Al-Kidani, he was my English teacher. So he made me love English because of his way of giving feedback to me. So he was so nice. He was so nice, and he's dealing with each student depending on their personality. That's why I like the way he is giving feedback and correcting the feedback. So you have to look at each student from their lifestyle, their traditions, a lot of things that affect that personality.
Yeah, perfect.
I think that's the best way. So you have to put yourself in his or her shoes.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. So someone wrote something here. Let's have it. So yeah, Mr. Muhammad wrote, feedback means giving learners the chance to achieve progress. That's correct. Thank you, everyone. So what I want you to do is, those are two samples of written like two samples of written assignment for two students, different two samples. What I want you to do, simply read them and tell me and give feedback. And also here, what we have, just give me two points, strength and two weaknesses, 2 points, and then give feedback. How would you give feedback to this on this one? Okay. So let's have different one here. Yeah, okay. So let's have Ms. Dua. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna choose people randomly, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah. So what are we going to do one more time?
Hey, could you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So what the question again, please? I'm sorry.
What are we going to do now again?
Where I guess
are you following?
I was doing something actually.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. We will just okay, can you just raise a hand? Okay, Mr. Mostafa, what are we going to do one more time? Simply.
Yeah, okay, so you are going to read this two samples and to identify, or maybe to find out strengths, points, or weaknesses, and how can you give feedback?
And also give feedback on them.
Yeah.
Those are actually written samples of different students. So what are we going to do here actually is, we are going to have the Jamboard. We will go to Jamboard and we will do this in groups. And I'm going to tell you how to do it, because that's like written feedback. 1 minute, I'm going to share. So this is what we have here. You will do this in groups. Up here in the box, you can edit on the file. So you can write inside here. You can write like this, and you give feedback. We will do this in groups. Okay, you have 10 minutes to do it. Okay, and of course, I want everyone to to participate in the groups. And let me just divide you two groups now. 1 minute. We are like we have like 6 groups, I think. 6 groups. Okay, and I will send you, by the way, the link on the chat box. You will just open the link and then start just reading the samples and then give feedback. Okay. Accept the invitation, please. Accept the invitation, please, everyone. Yes.
Okay, so please, guys, please accept the invitation to join with your colleague or with your friend.
Yeah, I'll just send the link shortly, a few minutes, 1 minute. And there we go. That's the link in the chat box for everyone. Yeah, we would like to make sure that the link has been sent. So we would like to go to the breakout rooms now. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I think there was a problem actually in the link. I don't know why it happened, because I believe that I just made it available for everyone. Well, some of you told me that.
Yeah. Because you sent it in the main session, but when they join the breakout room, they will not find it.
Yeah, but I already sent it in the breakout rooms too. But some people told me that it's not like accessible for the
like what happened to me a lot.
Yeah, it asks
okay.
actually about,
so we can discuss it. We can discuss it.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for like trying to do this part. So we would like to wait for all the people to come back. Okay. Yeah, okay. English. Okay. Anyways, we have actually the two samples down here. Okay, so can you tell me what are the mistakes here found in the first sample? Everyone, you can write in the chat box or you can unmute yourself. Tell me the first sample. What are the mistakes in it?
The first sample, he always took a map with him. So we have always and he after with. See,
nice.
he always order he always takes a map with him.
Okay, so that's the first mistake.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so some people down here wrote okay, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, punctuation mistakes. Okay, what else in the two samples now? The first sample and the second sample.
Spelling mistake, like he allows.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That's a spelling mistake. And someone wrote okay, transition words, no transition words.
Yeah, like
correct,
stuff like that, like.
Yeah. What about sample number B? Sample B. What do you think? Do we have any mistakes in it? Okay. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, the same mistake. So
okay.
he allowed.
I think giving the feedback, so we are not going to correct all the mistakes. So for example, if he is a beginner learner, so we're gonna edit or we're gonna give feedback regarding, for example, the sample, I'm sorry, the spelling of the words and the pronouns.
Yeah.
If he's an intermediate student, so we're gonna focus more on the punctuation marks and so on.
Perfect. So we just moved the feedback part, right?
We want the students to not to get so anxious or so worried about how many mistakes he did make. So nice. We should go easy on every student.
Yeah, perfect. The rest, what about the way you give feedback? So you know the mistakes already, right? What about delivering or giving feedback on those mistakes? How you're gonna do it?
So first, shall I answer?
1 minute, because actually some people are like trying to raise a hand. Okay, yeah, you can unmute by yourself, by the way, everyone. If you would like to answer, you can unmute yourself. Okay, unmute yourself.
So Mr. Shall I answer?
1 minute, Mr. Muhammad. We would like to have
Muhammad. Yeah, Muhammad.
Muhammad. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
okay,
with double N.
Yeah, nice. So yes, Ms. Daya.
Okay, so I give them the feedback by sandwich strategy, as I give them the good thing first, things that we mentioned in this paragraph or something, and really great. Then the bad things, then the good things again. So
okay,
this is a strategy that I follow actually.
Okay, nice, perfect. So someone else wrote in the chat box, rewrite them correctly. Okay, that's another way. Yes, Mr. Mohammed, yeah.
So if I'm teaching a group of students, so I do avoid the individual feedback. That's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the individual feedback is very embarrassing. So, for example, someone, for example, wrote, he always with AIS, it should be with AYS instead of AIS. Someone has written.
Yeah.
So I do avoid this one. Order.
But remember that you are just giving this feedback in his like notebook. So he has a notebook right now, writing notebook, and you are giving this feedback in his writing notebook. How you're going to do it, like individually, you are giving him like the feedback, your feedback individually on his.
So yes, okay. Possibly before giving, yeah, I got your point. Before giving the direct feedback to that student. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
But your connection is unstable.
Yes, yeah, my internet is very bad.
Yeah, it comes and goes, crazy.
Okay, so before and now, is it good?
Yeah, really good. Okay. Yes, it is good actually.
Yes, okay. So before giving the direct feedback to them, I will give them a second chance to correct their own mistakes.
Okay.
This one I have tried before, and it worked well, by the way. So give them another chance. Possibly they have forgotten something. So he always took a map with he. So possibly have another look at that sentence. Have you made any mistakes? Oh, mister, yeah, always must be written this way, and with him, not with he. So give them another chance. They are human.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. So what I want you to do is just have a look on this one. This is actually two ways of giving feedback. This is written feedback. We have direct way and indirect way. Just see what I did in the both ways and tell me what happened exactly.
So, Mister, I do.
1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute. Just I want the people to read them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm always at haste.
Yeah. So this is actually my correction. The first way, direct feedback, and the second one is indirect feedback. Like most of us actually use the first one, the direct feedback, right? So what's the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, could I say?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so actually, I use the indirect feedback because it helps me to let the students realize what mistake they have done during the activity or something, and I give them like some time to think about their mistakes, like before I tell them anything, like think here and there. There's something that I tell them, this is really, really great. But I guess direct feedback, like I give them like the information on a spoon, as they say.
Nice. That's correct. Yeah, that's a big difference, right? Okay, let's have some other answers. Okay, so Miss Nagla said, I prefer the second one. Okay, indirect feedback. Nice. Can we have like more answers? Can you share? Tell us which way you use. Direct or indirect, and why?
Yeah,
Mr. Mostafa, what about you? Which one?
Yeah. Okay. So actually, direct one, actually I prefer indirect one because you elicit the information from your students. Because it's not
Perfect.
easy to get the information. So because if something easy come, easy go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually, I prefer indirect one.
Indirect. Okay. So one more time. One more time to make it clear for everyone. Okay. Imagine that I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher right now, and this is actually my student. Like, this is the notebook of my student, and he wrote something, and I'm correcting it, and I'm giving him feedback at the same time. How do I give him feedback? Do I give him like in a direct way or an indirect way? And which one is better and why?
You mean here in paper?
Everyone? Again?
You mean here in paper or what? Because I didn't get it.
No, actually, it's a written feedback. This time is a written feedback because that's writing. What do you think, everyone? You can write in the chat box. Yes, Mr. Mohammed.
Okay, so yes, so for I do prefer the second indirect method of giving the feedback, but possibly I choose another way. So for this one, he always took a map with him. For example, I will give him another example and let him complete the answer. For example, I go with ta-ta-ta-ta, he or him. So he's gonna give me the answer. It's a simpler sentence than this one. This one is longer. I want to give him a simpler sentence so he can elicit the answer as Mr. Mostafa said. So I go with him. I go with him. He always take a map with him. And so on. Okay. I was sick. I was ill. I was at night. I was at the party, and so on. I give them a simpler sentence. Try to give them a different example, not the same example, because that example, it's stuck in some way in their mind with that incorrect version. So I have to change the direction of their mind, the direction of their thinking, to be in a simpler sentence, something that's easier than before.
That's perfect. So I want you to have a look right now on the direct feedback and indirect feedback. Those are the advantages, and also we just talked about the advantages of each way. Now those are for the disadvantages. Have a look and tell me, what do you think? Are you with or against?
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree.
So the first one, what do you think about the first one?
Yeah, I do agree with direct one.
Okay, but the direct one doesn't give students actually like the chance to think. You're just giving them the answer on a plate. The second one, and they are not like part of the correction process too. And the second one is too hard for weak students.
No, it's not hard
for the good ones.
Weaker students. No, it's not hard.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not hard for the weaker students. So you are teaching, for example, you have two personal pronouns and the subject and object case.
Yeah.
So it's easy for them to spot their errors. It's going to be easier for them. Once you get back to these mistakes or these examples that you have told them, they will discover the mistakes themselves. They will be able to spot the errors. I think it's not hard. It's not hard for weak students because you are not teaching something. You are not teaching them something that's upper the level. You are teaching them something with during or inside or throughout the level. I think it's not too hard. It's not too hard. It's the perfect way. It's a perfect way in at some times, not all the time.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. What about the rest? Because right now, actually, I will just present something in between, a way in between. We have here, what do we call is the correction coding. What is correction coding? Do you know about it? Anyone in the chat box? Write in the chat box. Have you ever tried the correction coding in your written feedback?
I think correction coding is like a rubric that you train and practice your students to use this rubric from the first day of the year. Like, for example, if you put S means spelling, you made here a mistake about spelling. And if you, for example, G means grammar or S structure or something like that.
That's correct. It is correct, actually. So that's what we have here. And it depends on the level itself. So imagine that you have, like, you're teaching kids. You will just use SP, for example, spelling. You won't use like wrong tense, you know, they're like kids, still kids. So the correction coding here depends on the student's level.
Yeah.
So this happens. Can you tell me, like, what are the advantages of using correction coding? Think. So this is actually something in between, direct and indirect, something in between. Can you tell me the advantages of it?
Yeah, of course. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, that correction coding gives a student or increase the autonomy of students, and they can also correct themselves by themselves, of course. So they can notice and explore their mistakes and try to correct it. But if the mistake is fossilized, in that time, of course, or they need the teacher to correct their mistakes, or ask another students to correct their classmates' mistakes. Yeah, and it depends on the nature of the mistake itself. It's error or mistake, because we know, of course, there is a difference between the error
big
and
difference
mistake.
between errors and mistakes. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Further. Continue. Further.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if of course it's a slip of tongue, or something it's happened unintentionally. In that time, of course, I give another chance to students to correct themselves. But if I notice as a teacher, and of course I know it's something is fossilized and they couldn't and can't correct it by themselves, of course, in that time, it's my role to enter now to correct it.
Yeah, so that's clearly the difference between both error and mistakes. Okay, can I have some answers from the from other participants? Okay, in the chat box, if you do not want just to speak, you can just type in the chat box. Okay, Miss Nada wrote students use these codes. Yeah, yes, Mr. Mohammed, yes, go ahead.
Yes, okay, I think this one, it's the first time for me, by the way, to get to know the correction coding. So thank you so much. So
welcome, man.
Yes, okay. So I think this one will help it to decrease or reduce that teacher talking time.
Yeah, correct. And also
so
it will actually give the chance to the students to think more. What is the spelling here? So he will go back and every mistake.
Reducing it. So in my classes, I'm trying hard to decrease my teacher talking time, because I'm very talkative. So I'm trying how much do I talk in my classes? So I give my students more space and more time to speak. So I think this one is going to help me to hold my horses and
yeah, because actually the second part we have the written, the oral feedback. This is the written one. So I would like some people to share their ideas. What do they think? Because like if the link was working previously, we would go back to the previous two samples and then correct them again using the correction coding. Yeah. Like if it was working, the links were working, we will go back to those two samples and then correct them again. Yes, Mr. Mohammed.
Yes, I finished.
Yeah, you're raising like a bit physical hand. Anyways,
no,
so
because you are seeing
yeah.
the video. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So those are correction coding. Again, this way actually is something in between that direct and indirect feedback. It gives the students like the chance to think and discover their mistakes by their own. So we just finished the written feedback part. Now, what I want you to do is, those are two different types of feedback. What I want you, just read them and tell me the difference. And I want different people to answer this time, like to participate with us in this session. Like, we would like to hear new voices. Come on.
So I'd like to say something that's far away from the answer.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay. What's the difference between these types of feedback delivered by a teacher to their students, not his or her?
To his students, actually. To his students. By teacher to his students.
No, but
just one.
No, but I do prefer to their students, not to his or her, because I don't know the gender of the teacher.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay, I got it.
So teacher
okay.
to their students. Yes,
yeah. Got it. Okay, so everyone who would like to participate, who would like to answer, what's the difference? Easy. It's easy, actually. Or you can just write. Finally, we got one. We got a new one. Yes. Yeah. I just lost the. Okay. Shall I choose new people?
Okay. I'm gonna say something, but I'm not sure about that it's correct or not. I guess the first one is somehow to encourage my student to be more active or
encouraging.
To be more
nice. Okay.
Yes.
What about the second one?
The second one, I do it, but I do it in a fun way, just like to repeat the answer again.
Okay.
I'm not to mean that, like just to notice, to let him notice the good language, not the mistake that mistake he has done. You got my point?
Nice. Yeah, I got your point. Perfect. So Miss Nada wrote the second one is the teacher corrects the grammar points. Nice. Okay.
Hello.
So yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Can I talk?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but sorry, I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time to talk like this.
No, come on, it's amazing. Okay. Go ahead.
For me, I like the first way because you praise him, and I think that when you praise any student, this will give him power to do his best and to study more and more. It will encourage him by this way. But I don't like the second one because you just correct him. You just correct the mistake, and I don't like this way. For me, I will say, I'm not eat meat. Here, there is a mistake in grammar, and we'll try to give him another chance to think more and more.
Perfect. Okay.
Till will he arrive to the right answer by himself.
Thank you, Sheena. Yes. Okay. Let's have other answers in the chat box. The first one is the teacher focuses on the fluency, not accuracy, and engage students. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ala or Mr. Ala.
Mister, can you go back to the previous page? I want to write the addressing code. The addressing code.
I will send actually those slides. I'm gonna send all the slides on the group, so do not worry. Okay, so simply actually, like Miss Dua said, the first one was a positive feedback. Those are two types. Both of the feedback strategies are oral feedback, but the first one was positive feedback. But the second one was corrective feedback. That's what we call corrective feedback. So what is the difference? This is a difference simply. just read the difference between both of them. Okay, so can you just unmute yourself and tell me what do you understand from the positive feedback, the first one? What do you think? Okay, I'm gonna choose randomly, by the way, because I do like people to participate. Okay, Mr. Karim, what do you think? Can you unmute yourself?
I think that yes. Okay. We are talking about here the positive feedback and corrective feedback. Okay. So I really actually I agree with both of them. I love to use both of them when I'm giving feedback to my students. But we are talking about here the advantages of each one of them. I guess feedback, positive feedback, will make students feel proud of themselves. To take initiative or to write more, or to make them love writing about these kinds, or love writing generally. But active feedback also, I love it, so students know to spot their mistakes and to try to avoid them in the future. So that's my point.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for, I appreciate it. So when we get feedback, actually corrective feedback is really important. Why? Because actually it can destroy your students, or it can actually encourage him to do like his best. So what I want you to do is simply here, we have like 5 different feedback strategies: corrective feedback, oral feedback. What I want you to do is just read each like scenario and match with the feedback strategy here. We have actually 6. So one of them is irrelevant with the rest. Okay, so let's check one more time. Like, well, 1 minute. That's done by mistake. 1 minute. So you already know the first one. Okay, so let's go to Mr. Let's check. Okay, Miss Noor, can you unmute yourself? Okay, Mr. Muhammad, I need your help. So what are we going to do again?
I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's why we check, right? Miss Dua, yes, you can unmute yourself, by the way.
Okay, we're matching these words to the conversations.
Can you speak up?
We're matching now the words above here with those paragraphs.
Yeah, perfect. That's it. Simply we are matching. Like those scenarios, we have different scenarios between the teacher and his students. They are giving feedback, oral feedback. What are you going to do? Read each scenario and then match with the feedback strategies from here. And the first one, like done for you by mistake, and that's what we call recast. So I'm going to give you like 5 minutes to do it by yourself, like individually, and then we will share our answers together. Okay, just match. 5 minutes.
I'll be recast. Repetition. I'll be repetition.
Okay, everyone, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we can like choose some different people down here. Okay, Mr. Hussein, what do you think about the? Tell me about your opinion about the first one. Why it's a recast? What just happened? By the way, S is for student and T for teacher, of course. Okay, so everyone, what do you think happened in the first scenario? Waiting. Come on, we are like, okay, different people. Okay, you can, by the way, you can unmute yourself. Someone raising a hand. Okay, yes. Yes, Mr. Mostafa, yes, go ahead. What happened in the first one?
I think you answered letter A. So letter B, it will be a repetition because I will show you. I will show you. Show you. I will show you. Yeah. So I think it's repetition.
Repetition. Okay. What about? Thank you, Mr. Mostafa. What about the third one? Anyone? A different person?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Mohammed. Yeah, the third one. What about the third one?
The third one's about elicitation.
Elicitation. Okay. Why?
So
why just what happened in this in the third one?
Because you are pushing your student to think about the answer. You are not giving them the answer.
Okay. So the next one, the second one again, the third one again. What was it?
So elicitation.
Elicitation. Perfect. Okay.
So, for example, so what do you spend? What do you spend with your wife? What? What do you spend with your? What do you spend your extra time with your wife? How do you spend? So how do you spend? It's about or delayed feedback correction. Or delayed feedback.
Delayed feedback. Okay, nice. Okay, let's have another one. Let's go to Mr. Ibrahim. We like he talks. Mr. Ibrahim,
for sure.
What do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say letter C would be clarification request, because the teacher said again what in another way of saying what are you saying.
Okay.
So it's about clarification. It's my guess. I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, we are, all of us actually, we are guessing so far. Okay, Mr. Atiyah Abdurrahman, what do you think about number D, letter D? What is the style of feedback here? The style, the style strategy here, feedback strategy. Okay, let's have another one. Okay, let's have Mrs. Radwa. Yeah. You can write in the chat box, everyone, by the way. Okay, explicit correction. Okay. Okay, so I want everyone.
Yeah, I guess
okay.
D is.
Go ahead.
I guess letter D is explicit correction, because we apply it maybe in another way that he taught it. So what's correction? I don't know.
Okay, so explicit correction. Nice. What about the last one? The last one. Who knows the answer to the last one? We are just guessing, by the
Mister,
way.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Mister.
Yeah, we will actually answer all the questions after we finish this part.
Okay.
Okay, so the last part, the last one is elicitation. Okay, nice. Now I want you actually to check your answers, everyone, and see if you got them correct, all of them, or how many of them you got correct. And then we will start explaining them. How many? How many you got correct? Tell me the number. All of them are correct. Nice, nice, Miss Bisma. Okay, who else?
Yeah, all of them.
So I do not understand the E.
E.
So what happened in E? So teacher, G, what G is what? Congratulate, congratulation. So what
yeah, we will explain all of them actually, yes, now. So again, one more time, all of those like strategies are oral feedback. You're just giving oral feedback like on the spot, or like delay feedback. So this one actually is the wrong one, the delayed feedback. We use this in speaking. We use this in speaking. Yeah. So when your students like they after they speak, you go to the board and you say that I heard someone like saying this sentence. How do we say it? And then you elicit from them. This is delayed feedback. But the rest, they are oral feedback, and we do them like on the spot. Okay, so simply here, let me answer your questions here. Those are the feedback strategies with the explanation. Read them. If you have any questions, we can answer.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Clarification. Excuse me, don't understand.
Okay. So any questions now on this part? The corrective feedback? Mr. Muhannad? Any questions?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So about yes. Okay. About number 5 and number 1. So I think number 1, explicit correction. Do you agree with that method? Do you think it's good to explicitly correct the student's mistakes?
Yeah, actually, in some cases, yes. If the student does not know the thing you are trying to refer to, it's easily actually to say directly to him. It's fine. But this is actually like the last way you can use. This is for the weak ones.
Yes. That's what I want, to be the last one, not the first one, not the.
You know, like the last solution.
Okay. So what about number 1? So it's the first time for me to.
Yeah. So this simply actually, you won't say that the student actually you're wrong, but you are going to do
one, recast.
The teacher, like, for example, I'm going to do it for you now, with you now. So I'm the student, and you are the teacher. I will show you my new book. Can you correct this, like, now? Can you correct it for me? Again, I will show you my new book tomorrow.
You mean I'll show you? Probably.
I will show you. Yeah, this is actually the recast. You're going to do what? You are like formulating what the student said in the correct way.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So simply you're just saying what he said, but in the correct way. You are correcting his mistakes. You're not saying the correct way. You made a mistake.
So it's not quite explicit. Like you're not actually indicating that you're wrong. You should stop. You should say that. You should say this, right? Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so tell me which way or which strategy actually you use in your classroom. Which one do you prefer? Everyone. Which one?
All right. Well, as I told you earlier, Mr. Hassan, like I use the first one because I feel that it's very appropriate.
So,
right?
by the way, Mr. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go
1
ahead.
minute, Mr. Mohammed. Yes, Mr. Abdullah.
So I use the first one, the recast, because like it's quite appropriate, and especially in groups. Like if an individual, like if I'm giving a class individually with a person, and then he just he emphasizes the fact that you should stop me whenever I make a mistake, and also it's based upon the rapport or the trust between me and the student. If he's okay with me being too explicit because he loves to be corrected on the spot, or he loves to be challenged, I would make it so explicit for him. But I prefer the first one with groups, especially with groups. Yeah.
Perfect. That's perfect. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Okay, well, what about you, Mr. Mohammed? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I do use all of them, but I think the clarification request, the second one, and instead of saying I'm trying to reduce the teacher talking time, instead of saying excuse me, I don't understand, I use some gestures, for example, to say whoa, and something like that. To get their attention that they have made a mistake without saying anything, without saying excuse me, I don't understand, repeat that. So I'm using, especially online, I use this one. So I stop, I raise my hand, there is a mistake. That's a signal. That's a correction coding. That's a different correction coding by raising my hand, using face gestures or hand gestures or something like that.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go to Miss Dua. Yeah. Can you just mute yourself, because actually that's some noise out there. Okay, Miss Dua.
Okay, actually my name is Duha, not Dua.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so here all the strategies are working really fine, but it depends on the activity or the students that I have. Like I use all of them, I guess, in my class, but it depends on the like the atmosphere of the class, what is happening, what is the activity, and so on.
Okay, perfect. So can we have another answer? Can we have another answer in the chat box? Even we would like to have some answers. Okay, yes, Mr. Mostafa. Yeah,
actually I do use all of them. Okay, but actually I didn't know their name, except maybe repetition one or repetition one. So this is the first time to hear explicit or clarification or recast. And actually I always use delayed feedback, because actually when I give feedback for my students, I like to depend or maybe focus on speaking. Okay, so I don't have to maybe stop my students while they are speaking. So I use delayed feedback. So after they finished, okay, so I can write their mistakes or their weaknesses, okay, in my notebook, or you can write it in Word file. Okay, after that you are going to recorrect it, or you can say, I heard someone like this.
Yeah, perfect. So basically, actually, delayed feedback, we use delayed feedback in speaking for one reason: in order for us not to interrupt their their ideas. And we go to the board, and then we put the wrong sentence, and then we can elicit the correct ones, the correct answer, or you can just say directly. But those types actually, they are in the spot. You can use any one of them to correct your students' mistakes. Okay, so tell me, which one do you like? Do you prefer now? Which one do you prefer the most? Everyone, after you know all of them, which one? Just write in the chat box. Okay. Repetition, okay. 3 and 4, recitation, okay. Nice.
I think recast, clarification, request, and explicit correction.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I do. If you're gonna ask me, actually, I do prefer the first one and the second one.
Yeah, we actually forgot to ask you this. Like, yeah, you're taking the lead. So yeah, everybody, keeps forgetting to ask you questions. So yeah, again, say it again. I'm sorry.
I do prefer the first one, recast, and the second one, clarification request. I use them most of the time.
Yes, that's what I do most of the time. But sometimes I go to number 5 as well. So yeah.
It depends on the student's level. Yes.
That's right.
Okay, so all of these strategies I do in my class, but I have a problem with feedback. Like, when do I give feedback? Like, sometimes I give feedback on the spot while the free practice activity, and sometimes I skip it. I make it delayed feedback, and I don't know which one is correct, because I feel sometimes I have to stop this, because if I just let them speak, they'll keep doing the same mistake that I've taught them. Yes. So I just mentioned for a second for a student, and then he will go through the good one till the end of the free practice activity. So I don't know exactly which one is better.
Okay, let me answer this question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Doha, it depends on your students' levels, or maybe depends on your topics itself. Okay, so if you are teaching maybe past simple, and they don't know maybe present perfect, so he said he have passed the exam. So actually you don't have to correct their mistakes, okay, on the spot in this time, and you can skip it, or you should skip it, okay. And if you are teaching maybe past simple, and he said I see maybe Muhammad, like this, so you should, okay, recorrect their service, okay, on the spot. So this is my point of view.
So I think I answered something similar to that, Mr. Aslam, if you allow me to say what I said earlier in this session. So I think it depends on the character of the student. I mean, like, if his personality, if he's quite hesitant, for instance, like, you can never just stop him, because he would lose everything that he's thinking about, or probably he's struggling to actually come up with words, or making correct structures, sentences, and stuff like that. So when you cut him off, so basically he would lose his train of thoughts. He would never be able just to reenact all the other ideas and put them together to be so coherent. So that's my idea. So if you just stop him on the spot, and he's just a person who struggles to actually come up with meaningful sentences, unfortunately he's going to lose everything. And then he will try to ask you questions like, please remind me where did I stop, or what I was saying, and stuff like this, right? But some other students, they would be quite talkative. Yeah, they would make a lot of grammatical error, but then they would just be able to continue their speech because they are able to remember where they stopped. So that's my idea here. So it depends on the personality of, and you should know this, because like, being a teacher, that would subsequently mean that you should know also a little bit about other different personalities, because you study your students as well, right? Yeah, if somebody's quite afraid, you would support them. If somebody's quite hesitant, you should just make some exercise in order to, make them more confident. If there is somebody who's very talkative, you make them more talkative, because that's very good, stuff like this. So yeah, that's my point of view. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you, Mr.
But like, they told me I should never do like a correction on the spot in free practice.
Yeah, the free practice, actually, simply speaking, if you're like, basically you give like delay feedback in speaking. Why? Because for one reason, in order for you not to like break their line of thoughts, you give feedback in the controlled one. Like, for example, in grammar, when a student makes a mistake in grammar, and the controlled practice, for example, you're just giving them like complete the missing words or something like that. You give them like feedback. You try to correct them in the spot here. Why? In order for them not to repeat it again in the next like question. That's simply the answer.
I understand. But here, for example, the quick practice is about past simple. Okay, and they started saying like I was read, I was travel, and so on. So okay, so here I was read or I read, and I start to use the finger strategy or something to let them recognize the mistake for once. Then they'll keep like talking in the correct way, because most of them, like, they are really amazing in answering questions, answering the like in the control practice, but when they go to talk, they do a lot of mistakes. So here, do I give them like a feedback on the spot, or I delay the feedback and then I give them another free practice to let them practice this thing again, or
simply actually before the speaking tasks, do you give them something we call useful language, right? The useful language part is actually might be grammar. It might be on the tense itself. So they already know the tense. If someone like made a mistake in this part, you just tell them we say this. You can use the recast strategy. Simply, you can just try to use the recast strategy at the first the mistake they make. That's what I do. That's how I do it.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So let's go on to this part. This is actually a video but because of the time, actually, we won't have like this video. This is would you like to have the video? Like we will just watch the video and answer this question. In the elicitation feedback, the teacher gives the correct answer directly. We will just go that, and it's like for 3 minutes. Okay. We will watch it together. Yeah, and then I'm gonna share the screen with you. 1 minute. One minute. Okay, one more time. Can anyone remind me with the question? Miss Amira Khalid, I think. Yeah, so can you remind me what was the question we are gonna like answer? What's the question? Can you read the question again? Everyone? Okay, let's go to Mr. Let's try to have different people. Okay. Yes, Miss Wafa. I have a really serious question. Why do teachers like they do not participate in the training, like in the sessions or in something like that? Anyways, so let's go. This is the question. In the elicitation feedback, the teacher gives the correct answer directly. True or false? Okay. So let's go to watch the video now. Where is it? Let me 1 minute. I'll share the screen. Okay. Okay. You can hear the sound, right? The first one. So I think actually we got what we want from the video. So can anyone answer the question? True or false? What do you think?
Actually, this is false. Because
so
I want them to say the answer, not me.
Yeah, exactly. So you're trying to elicit the correct answer from them, correct? Okay, thank you, Ms. Duha. So what are we going to do actually is, but because of the time, we won't be able to do this. But anyways, simply what we have here, we will just divide you into two groups. The first group will be like, they will act as students, and then they will make like some mistakes. And the other group, they will be teachers, and they will give them different types of feedback. So, but because of the time, I think that we won't be able to do it. But anyways, like it was like a practical part on giving feedback, the feedback styles, strategies. And let's go to this, let's skip this part and let's check the outcomes of the session. Those are the outcomes. Just check that we covered all of them. Yes or no? We we skipped one of them or not? Just type in the chat box, yes or no. What do you think? We covered all of them?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, nice.
All of them.
Yeah.
I wish if we could actually extend the session a little bit more, but you know, I think
because actually the people won't be able to attend more. But actually, this is the like fun part, the actual process when we have like a group of students and a group of teachers, and then they try to give feedback to each other. Well, I know teachers actually, they do not like spend much time in the online sessions. But anyways, what I want you to do is, thank you everyone, of course. What I want you to now, you give me feedback on this session. Yeah. Yeah. So now everyone, I would like you give me feedback on this session, written one.
Okay.
Can you just write in the chat box? Yeah, we will do it verbally, and also we can write in the chat box, both of them, because actually I would like to have like privately.
Okay, so could I start?
Yeah.
So you actually want a sincere feedback?
Yeah. I like
it was flawless. So that's my feedback. So I really thank you so much for, I knew from the beginning that I would learn a lot joining this session. So thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. That's an honor. Mr. Mostafa, can you just take some screenshots from the feedback? So what I want from the other participants in the session to just write their feedback on the session only, okay?
Yeah, okay. So you can take a screen, and actually I have maybe a form, and there is a feedback. So you can write feedback in the form, and you can get your certificate. So please write your name correctly. Yeah, you should start your name with a capital letter, like Mostafa Ahmed Salama, M capital, S capital, Salama Ahmed, A capital. Yeah. Okay, and so you have maybe a question or maybe a form, to write your feedback. So actually you can take a screen, Mr. Hassan. Actually, I don't be able to take a screen from my laptop, or you can.
Yeah, you can have a screenshot from your own laptop, because I'm not used to do that in the screenshots thing. Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, tell me, like, what do you think about the session? That's like a session delivered by another teacher, a colleague. So what do you think? Yeah, of course.
Actually, I have a big problem with feedback and so on, but here I got a lot of new information for me. The ways of having feedback and so on, it was really, really amazing. And I really got a lot of new information for me. So thank you so much. Thank you for your efforts and thank you for everything.
You're welcome, most welcome. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, so I think that we are like done. I think we are done. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. Yeah. Actually, I can like do more sessions on the future in the future. In Ramadan, inshallah. Kull aam wa antum bikhair, everyone. Like, just tell me what are like the topics you would like to have, like the session in the upcoming session.